Hello, my name is Greg Anderson. I'm the founder and the CEO of the Cancer Recovery Foundation group of charities. And even though I'm not able to be with you today in person, believe me, I'm with you in spirit. I know some of you come today to perhaps say goodbye to Carl Simonton, and I know others come to pay tribute to Carl, and rightfully so. Others come to share stories, but I've come to say thank you, Carl Simonton. Let me share the story. In 1984, I was diagnosed with lung cancer, and my left lung was removed. I thought all my troubles were behind me, and I went back to a fiercely driven way of life. Not so fast. 4 months later, the cancer metastasized, this time through the lymph system and into the bones. And it was at that point that a doctor in Long Beach, California said, "Greg, the tiger's out of the cage. Your cancer has come roaring back, and I would give you about 30 days to live." I'm happy to say that I am not only alive, but I thrive 25 years later. Why? Now let me share some of the story. Much of it has to do with the wisdom contained in this work, Getting Well Again. I was first given this book by a coworker after my first surgery. Her name was Mimi. Mimi's a giant of a little person. A petite person, not even 5 feet tall. She came to my hospital room, and Mimi thrust this book in my hand and said, "Read, do." Well, being stubborn, I took that book home, and I kind of glanced through it, and I put it on the shelf. 4 months later, when I was told the tiger's out of the cage and 30 days to live, I came home, I pulled this book off the shelf, and I said, I am going to do exactly what it says in here. So why do I come to say thank you, Carl Simonton? That is a very personal reason. From that time, not only was I able to get to know Carl, first as a patient in his session and then twice in the intern program, but also come to work with him and considered him a colleague. We were recently pleased to be able to present to Carl at a conference in Heidelberg, Germany, our Lifetime Achievement Award. As part of my work, I started the Cancer Recovery Foundation group of charities, and all to inspire people in the same way that Carl inspired me. And I appreciated Karen, Carl's wife, sharing that when he brought this award home, there was also a little trophy with it. We keep this one. I keep this copy outside my office on a wall just to remind me how important this man was and is to me. And Karen said, Carl looked at the award, and he held what I call the Emmy, and he looked boyish in his smile. That touches my heart, and I can tell you, Carl Simonton, you have touched mine. So I say, Carl, thank you. Thank you for being a pioneer. Thank you for taking criticism from your peers. Thank you for your persistence in the face of obstacle after obstacle. Thank you for being my friend, my inspiration, my mentor. And thank you for pointing me and literally hundreds of thousands of others in the direction of getting well and staying well. Carl Simonton, you shall always be honored and remembered. Godspeed, Carl. Godspeed.